Hello, friends. Happy Saturday. Happy weekend. Welcome to my live. And if you happen to be watching later, welcome to the replay. My name is Robin, and I'm with Robin's Egg Blue Creations. And I'm also an independent designer with Couture. If you happen to be looking for easy to create, easy to clean, inexpensive ideas for DIY home decor and gifts, you are in the right place. Once you hop on this evening or once you hop on the replay, tell me hi, tell me where you're watching from, put hashtag replay if you happen to be watching later. I like to know where you are watching from. I want to let you know that I'm using an online platform called StreamYard. So I'm live in 3 locations this evening. So if you hear me refer to a comment that you don't see in your comment feed, that person may be viewing and commenting from a different platform. Also, if you're watching from my private Facebook group, if you wouldn't mind giving StreamYard permission to attach your profile name and pic to your comment, there is a link at the bottom of the description of the video within the group. If you click that, then StreamYard will attach your profile name and pic to your comment. If you don't hit that link, or if you haven't updated that link for a while, then your comment will show up as Facebook user and I won't know who to say hi to. Speaking of saying hi, I see that Jason is watching from the bedroom, so welcome. We have some creepy cruds in our house, so he's upstairs quarantining. I do have a cough drop in my mouth. I apologize if I have to cough or clear my throat. So far, so good. Knock on wood for me, but just send get well thoughts our way. With that, also, if you wouldn't mind spreading the chalk love around Facebook and YouTube, that helps my little business grow. Tag any of your crafty friends, invite them to watch along with you. And with that, I'm going to flip the camera so I can show you what our project is. So hopefully this one won't be too long, but I always happen to say that, and it always happens to be really long. Sorry, my desk is kind of messy, but this is kind of a multi-step project. So I am still doing some Halloween projects, mainly because if you are a Club Couture member, let me show you that graphic really fast so I get it correct. If you happen to be a Club Couture member or join Club Couture this month, you can get you can get the Halloween transfers and the Halloween chalk made kits for an additional 20% off retail price. You do have to be logged on to your account to be eligible for that 20% off. You do also have to be a Club Couture member. So that is a great deal. So that's why I'm working on some more Halloween projects. I'm also a very last minute decor maker. So most crafters are thinking about Halloween in August and September, but I like to keep it last minute, so I wait till October. So tonight we're going to be using the It's October Witches transfer, which I have not used this before. It says It's October Witches, let's get spooky, broom hair, don't care, and keep calm and scare on. And then there are a few icons, a broom, a witch's hat, and a spider web. And then I'm also going to be using the spider web of the 'Tis the Season to Be Spooky. I have used this transfer. It was a couple of months ago, I believe, but I'm going to use it again. So these are, excuse me, adhesive backed reusable silkscreen transfers. So it comes on a backer sheet. This side is sticky, and you can see there is a see-through portion right there. That is where the silkscreen mesh is. So it keeps all of your negative pieces, all of the insides, like the inside to the O, it keeps that all connected, so you don't have to lose any little bits and pieces. Because these are reusable, I am going to write the back. You can either write back or you can write the name. I like to write the name, that way if I have multiple transfers out and I'm done cleaning them, then I know that this transfer goes on this backer sheet and that this is the back side, so I know to stick the transfer on this side. And I've already used this one, so I've already written on it. You'll also notice that this one has some white lines. Those are some suggested cut lines. You can cut your transfers, excuse me, however you want. You can cut your backer sheets as well. You can just cut down the line and cut this into multiple pieces. I like to keep my backer sheet intact, so I only have one thing to keep track of. So I just lift my transfer up and I just place my scissors there and I just score down those lines. Again, just lift it up and then you can just literally score down those lines. I'm not going to do all of them. I can't decide between It's October Witches and Broom Hair Don't Care. So I have cut those two apart or scored those two apart. And then I might use this spider web on the witch's hat of our wood cutout, so I'm going to score it apart. Okie doke. So those are our two transfers. We have to do a little bit of work before we get to that point. I also have a cute little witch cutout. So it comes in multiple pieces. This is the entire silhouette of the witch. And then she also comes with a hat that you can put on top. She comes with a little gnome nose. She has cute little braided hair. And so I have pre-painted some of this. And she has a dress. And so this all gets lined up and attached, excuse me, to the back side. And then she has a cute little broom. I don't quite know how the hands. So she's got little hands here as well. Cute little so I have pre-painted some of it at a time just to save a little bit of time. I'll put those pieces away. And then our surface will be one of these tags. This is what they look like plain, but I have gone ahead, throw this away, and I have pre-painted one. Ooh, I froze there a little bit. There we go. Jason says that witch is adorable. She is adorable. Actually, I learned a new word today, adorgious. So she's adorable and gorgeous, so she's adorgious. So I have painted this with 2 coats of just regular matte acrylic paint. And then I sealed it with some glossy Mod Podge. Any kind of glossy sealer will do. I learned a new technique this week. I've learned lots of things this week. A new word, a new technique. This is, hopefully it will work. It's called the ghosting. So you use the same color of paint, but you lay down like, and I'll show you here in a little bit. This is glossy, and then I'm going to go back in with some matte paint, and we're going to create some tone on tone and matte and shiny stripes. So I believe this is dry. So I'm going to go in with some thick painter's tape. I think actually, just so I have one less edge to worry about. This will just be my spacer piece. Sorry, you can't see that really well. So this is my spacer piece. I'm just going to use it to line up my pieces of tape. Really trying to burnish down those edges. Probably should have done this ahead of time, but I kind of wanted to show you the process. Again, I'm just using this as a spacer. They don't have to be completely perfect. Sorry if my head gets in the way. I'm trying to burnish those edges down. I'm going to flip this around. So did anyone do anything fun today? Excuse me. Do you have anything planned for tomorrow? And I think I'm just going to leave it at that, because that part will be covered up with mostly a bow anyway. It does not want to stick real well. I'll have to be careful because it doesn't want to stick to that glossy sealer very well. Oh, I did that wrong. Oh well. I'll just have to be uber careful. So I painted earlier today. I did the base coat. So I already have my paintbrush. And then I have some of my paint here. I just use these little fold over bags. That way my paint doesn't dry out and neither does my brush. It's a little less cleaning that way. So again, this is the Deco Art Americana matte acrylic paint. I did water it down a little bit just to make it go on a little smoother. So I'm going to quickly paint this while so what I'm doing is laying a matte paint over sections of this board tag so that parts of it will stay glossy and parts of it will go matte. So it's going to be a tone on tone. but parts of it will be matte and parts of it will be glossy. It looked really cool. It looks better with a more intricate pattern like a plaid or a flower pattern, but we're going to use stripes today. And if you're watching on YouTube, I do have all of the links in the description of the video down below. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll have to comment, oh man, October, and I can send you the cart link or all of the links. Okay. Paint quick because my tape wants to come up. Nothing like watching paint dry. Sorry. I tried to get some of this done ahead of time, but I also wanted to show you this technique. A little bit of this technique anyway. Okay, Robin, quit going over it. I may do some more painting after the live, so I'm just going to wrap these back up. So that they don't dry out. And let's get our hair dryer. See if we can speed this up a little bit. I am going to sneak peek. Oh, yeah, perfect. Okay, I'm going to put this to the side and let it dry some more just naturally while we paint these pieces. And again, I apologize, but I did want to show you a little bit of the process. I guess I can use this for the broom. Okay, so for the hat, well, actually, let me show you. For the witch's hair, her little braids, the witch gnome, I used berry, and I literally just, I'll show you the process, but I just painted with the chalk paste straight. For her nose, her hands, and her legs, I mixed pesto with white and kind of got this mossy lime green color. And then, of course, for the silhouette and her boots, I've done black. So put those away. So for her hat and her dress, I'll use black velvet. For her buckle, I've used orange peel already. You could have done silver, but I wanted to add some orange in here since it's very Halloween-y. So what I do to paint these, I like to spritz a little bit of water just in the lid. And this is distilled water. Probably going to use a couple of different paint brushes because I have to get into these little pieces, into the inside of the buckle. And so I'll use just a couple of different brushes. I have a small brush and a little brush. So I'm just going to dip into the water a little bit, mainly just to get my paintbrush wet. And then this is an angled brush. I don't know if you can see it, but it's small and it's angled, so I can get along those edges easier. I can use that angle to my advantage. If you've ever painted a bedroom or a room in your house and you cut in with an angle brush, that's what this is. And on some of the colors, and if you use a lot of water, you may have to do a couple of coats. It's weird. Like on the orange, I had to do several coats. On the greens and oranges seem to be a little more transparent. This new creamy dreamy formula is so good to just paint with. Okay, now I'm going to get into these insides. Again, that's where this angle brush comes in, very handy. Don't worry, I'm not using this small brush on the whole thing, just where I need to go around these buckle pieces. It would have been nice if these buckle pieces were also 3D, but it didn't come that way. And if you're wanting to know where I got the wood cutout, I do have it. Again, I have all of the links either in the video description on YouTube, or if you're on Facebook, you can comment October and I will send you via Messenger the cart link, or all of the links. Okay, one more, couple little pieces, couple of these insides, and then we can bust out all of the rest of the base coating. Okay. Couple more little areas. Trying to smooth some places out. Now we'll get a bigger brush out. I just kind of like to wet my brush a little bit. It makes the paste glide on a lot easier. But you don't even have to do that. You can just stick it straight in the jar. It would have, you can also use like acrylic paint markers like Posca pens, or even like Hobby Lobby and Walmart carry acrylic paint pens. So if you got one with a small enough nib, you could just color these pieces easy. It would be great for these finer places where a paintbrush is sometimes hard to get into. Just going to dip into my water over here and kind of smooth everything out. Oops. Jason says he would have already painted over the orange 4 times. Well, that you've got to pick the right brush for the right part of the project. Plus, I've painted enough door hangers that I have a little bit more confidence than I used to. Okay, so that part is done. Let's whip out her dress pretty quick. How's everybody doing out there? Jason says in his case, it's not the brush, it's the dude holding it. And that's why you just keep doing it and you build up confidence. It's all about muscle control and okay, a little bit more. Okay, so those we can dry, and because I use distilled water and I put it in the lid, I can just put my lid on and it'll soak right into the paste, no problem. Okay. Okay, so now we'll come over and we'll do our broom real quick. So I have bark, but I believe bark is sold out right now. But you could probably do a mixture of black and orange and yellow. You probably get a pretty good brown color. Let me find a brush that's, I think that'll work. Same way, just going to spray a little bit of water. There's already some paste in the lid, so I will just use it along with the water. I'm going to need a little bit more than that. I believe that this is MDF board. Boy, it just soaks up the paste. like a sponge. But it dries fast enough that if you want it to be darker, you just lay down more color. Okay, so while that's drying, I wonder, still has a little bit of black in it, but that might not be a bad thing. So I'm using Dune for the broom bristles. There may be a little bit of black paste left in my brush, but that might not be a bad thing. Oh boy, it just sucks up the paint. So again, I'm just going to use the tip of my angled brush to kind of paint that curve. Okay, let's get some more paint on the handle. See if we can get that darker. Okay. Let's flip that around. I need to figure out a way to give this broom some texture, or the appearance of texture. So I got to figure that out. I need to clean these while I'm figuring that out. I think I'll grab a stencil brush, but let's get this dry first. Is that a Nimbus 2000? It could be. The nice thing about painting with paste is that it dries super quick. I did get some on the edges, which is not a terrible thing. But since this reacts with water, it's easy to get off. You just have a wet wipe. Okay, let's give that another quick dry. So I'm just going to take a small little stencil brush. I don't want this wet because I want to do a little bit of dry brushing. So I just have the bottom of my bristles loaded with paint, and then I'm going to try to get as much of that off. And I'm just going to come in here on the edges. And I'm just kind of rubbing it in on the edges. I'm going to go around this way. Get a little bit more paint. It's kind of the appearance of bristles. Just so it's not such a one flat color. Kind of grunge it up a little bit so it's not so flat. Okay, so I think we're done with most of that. Okay, so now we can bring in our transfers. You were probably thinking, holy cow, when's she going to get to the Couture part of this? I think I'm going to wax just a little bit because this is wood. It's painted wood. I don't want my transfer to stick so hard that it either distorts my transfer or it pulls up some of my paint or even the wood. I'm just going to lay down a little bit of wax. Just mainly on her dress. And then probably the tag that I'm going to use. Now I'm just going to buff that in. Get off all of the excess. Buff that into any little nooks and crannies that may be on the surface of the wood that I can't see. And let's bring in our tag. Do the same thing to the it. Okay. Done with that. I think we can move our cardboard out of the way. So now I'm going to take, I need to try to quit saying gonna take. I'm going to take the spider web. I won't be able to do all of it in one pass, but I think I can paste it, move it, and then let's see which way will look better. Yeah, we can almost. We'll do it this way. And so that'll just leave this tiny bit up here that I can patch. And I think I'm going to do just a tone on tone. It's going to be the theme of the project. So again, we're bringing out our black velvet paste, and this time I'm using a squeegee to apply it, which is the traditional way. So I just have a little bit on my squeegee, and I'm just going to run it across, drag it across all of my silk screen areas where my wood cutout is. It's kind of hard to see where I'm going. Keep dragging it down. So now I'm going to remove all of my excess. Put that back in my jar. Try to smooth out all of my squeegee lines. And then I can pull this up. And let's dry it first before I do anything. And then I'll bring it up to the camera and I'll show it to you. I could also, when I'm done, clean the transfer and then go over it, put the transfer back down, and then go over it with glow-in-the-dark paste, which I might also let you know that is in the last chance section, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I saw another designer make that comment. So if you haven't gotten it and you want to, now might be a great opportunity to do that. So I'm not terribly worried about lining it up because at this point it's almost impossible. I just want to get another chunk on there to finish out her dress. And I don't even need a whole lot, just that works for me. that to the side. So we do not need that. Okay, so let's dry this. Okay, so here is what, I don't know if you can, there you go. If I get it in the light, you can see her spider webs. Kind of tone on tone. I do have, actually, got some paste on the edges here. Okay, that'll dry. Okay, now we'll add, whew, I'm a mess. Now we'll add, I'm going to do this little spider web on her hat. Kind of the same way. Oops, I didn't need it. This one is a new, I have not used this transfer, so I do want to fuzz it. I just want to put it on a towel, like a terry cloth towel. Jason says the tone on tone is so cool. I'm not going to wax this just because it's a very small area. It should be okay. Sure. Okay. Done with that color. Oh, I should have waxed. This is what happens when you don't wax the painted surface. So it did pull up a tiny bit of my paste right there. But otherwise, let's see if we can get that spider web. Right there, you can kind of see it. It's not as noticeable as it is on her dress. I'm gonna see if I can touch that spot up a little bit. I thought I could get by without waxing, but it's always a good idea to protect your painted surfaces. With just a little bit of wax. Okay, let's try to smooth that out a little bit. So I just fixed it, a little bit of black paste. So now we'll bring in our tag. We have already waxed it. I think I want to do the It's October Witches. Although it'd be really cute to do Broom Hair Don't Care. Let's do Broom Hair Don't Care. Again, I haven't used this one, so I want to fuzz it. And I have waxed this tag, so we should be okay. And I'm just going to come back in with black. Could also do white, but I don't have much blacks, or I don't have much white, so black makes a little more sense. Again, just drag it down, drag that paste down the silkscreen area. Jason says, I don't think you should be allowed to use broom hair. Don't care. Why? Am I missing a joke? Oh, man. Part of my R didn't transfer, or my E, so I'm going to dry it. Excuse me. I'm going to dry it really quick, and then I'm just going to lay the transfer back down and see if I can fix the R and the E. Oh, because I don't like having my hair messed up. I don't. Okay. Let's see if I can lay this back down. That's the hard part, especially black on black. Okay. Excuse me. Let's see if I got it lined up okay. Not so much, but that's okay. Probably should have just left it. I think I'm going to add this little witch hat on. I need to score it off of my transfer sheet. And let's bring it over here and fuzz it a few times. So I'm going to put it just right on the top. I'm going to try not to burnish down here because I don't want this adhesive on the back of the transfer to pull up that paste that's down there. Okay, so this time I'm going to pull it up slowly. That's the spot. Sorry, I hate having my hands dirty. I don't like having my hair messed up. I don't like having my hair dirty or my hands dirty. Okay. Now I think we can start putting all of this together. I think that witch hat is the perfect last minute addition. It is gorgeous. Minus my little boo-boo. It looks pretty cute. So broom hair, don't care. I did mess up when I laid it back down. I didn't get the R lined up very well, but from afar, and my bottom of my E didn't work very well. But from afar, you can't see it very well, or you don't notice it. If you have like a black chalk marker, which I was trying to find, you could fix it. Well, I managed to have a white at the moment. Let's see if I can fix it. At least the E. Kind of. Maybe at least fill in the gaps where it's not as noticeable that I didn't get it in the right place. So that worked. Okey-doke. So move those over there. Okay, so let's unveil our tag. I'll show you what that looks like. First, I'm going to clean off what I can of my hands. That way I don't transfer any black paste. That's one of the reasons why I like to keep my hands clean, that I'm not transferring paste everywhere. Okay, so remember, I painted this with gray matte acrylic paint, and then before the live, I sealed it with 2 coats of glossy Mod Podge. Hello, Miss Amanda. So parts of this are going to be glossy, parts of this are going to be matte, and it's this new ghosting technique that I learned the other day. So hopefully when I remove the tape, you will be able to see, and I'll show it to you. How are you doing, Miss Amanda? Welcome. It's been a while since you've been on live. So again, this looks better. I think it looks better with it looks a little more striking with more intricate patterns like flowers or plaids or polka dots. But I decided to do it with stripes. Look at that. That is, so it almost looks like 2 different colors, but it's not. So part of it is glossy and part of it is matte. And I'm just hoping that my glue the stick to the matte part or the glossy part. So I had sanded the edges beforehand, but then I painted over them with my matte paint. So I'm just going back in over my floor and get those sanded again. There. Okay. So again, there is our tag. There we go. And so then we'll bring in our witch, because we'll have to put her together. And here is her dress. And again, we painted all of the witch with chalk paste. So we have berry, black velvet, a mixture of pesto and white. We have bark, and then we have dune, and I dry brushed on the broom. And then we put a cobweb of black over her black dress. And I put a cobweb, I don't know if the hat's kind of hard to see. It's up here. Can't get it. Anyway, but I also used black and orange peel. And then we have the tag that says broom hair don't care. So now we have to put her together. She's kind of like a puzzle. I'm going to dry fit her first because if I get it in the wrong place, I won't be able to. I don't know how much work time I'll have with my glue. And these pieces all line up, like her braids line up on the side. And her dress kind of locks into her braids. So you kind of have to get all that together. And then her broom and her hands will go on top. So now I just got to make sure that I get it all in place. I think I'm going to start with her dress. So I've got some Titebond here, so this should give me a little bit of work time. But yet it's also an interior and an exterior, and it dries fairly quick. I mean, it's not like super glue, but make sure I get all those little points. Get it along the edges. And be careful because we have, oh man, oh, well, that's okay. Because we have painted with chalk paste, if I stick my finger that's wet with glue in my paste, if the glue and the paste interact too much, it will reconstitute my paste. So I kind of have to be a little careful with that. This probably isn't the best glue to use, but if I tried to super glue myself, or super glue it, I would super glue myself to the witch, and we would be forever one. Okay, so this goes here and locks in. Right. I'm just going to continue to kind of dry fit it to make sure. The designer that I bought these woodcuts from, I watched her put hers together, and luckily she hot glued it, so she was able to separate it because she wasn't able to get the nose in correctly. And I wanted to avoid that. So this locks in here. Okay. Please fit. Okay, there we go. So now we can glue her nose. Maybe. Okay, now we'll get her hat on. Okay, I think she is all stuck down. Oops. Okay. Just make sure I get the points. That was almost a disaster. Make sure everything's fairly lined up. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okie doke. She is all glued together. So now she's like 1/4 of an inch thick, which helps with stability. There's her cute. She does need probably needs a little bit of glitter, but not today. So I was going to put her on this tag. Oh, we also need to glue her. Forgot about her broom. And I think that's the way her hands go. Does that look? I don't really want to there. Maybe if we do it that way. Okay, let's get that glued on. Jason says she's super cute. Okay. Ah! I'm just going to brush it along these little broom points. Okay. Get in here and try to clean up some of that glue without messing up my paste. Okay, so there's one. These look like lima beans. Amanda said it wasn't letting her type. She loves it. Super cute and fun. I bought this cutout from another designer, and if you're on YouTube, I have all of the links in the description of the video. If you're on Facebook, you can comment with the word October, and I can send you all of the links via Messenger. I think we're just gonna, or you can't see her very well. Okay, I'm going to let her dry. I probably should have turned on my glue gun. I think I will finish her off camera. All I need to do is glue her on. I'll glue the Broom Hair Don't Care tag up here. So we'll probably just put her here. We'll do the tag there. And then I'll just put a bow right there. And so that will be what she looks like. But because I've been on for an hour already, I'll let you all go. Oh, Thea and Oliver say hi. Hello, Thea. Hello, Oliver. Unless you want me to stay on. But I probably need to be getting off. Actually, this would be cute up here. It would also, can't hardly see that very well. I think, well, I could put this little witch or the little spider on her hat. It's hard to see though. I don't know. Trying to decide how to embellish her, or if she needs embellishing. That would be cute with some little orange tulle underneath it. I may have to do that. Put the spider on the end of the broom, like right there. Yeah, but I have this boo-boo on her hat that I need to try to, I thought I could hide it with the spider. It's not a boo-boo, it's just where my paste peeled up and then I painted over it and you can see it. But maybe I'll paste something else there. What? Oh. Let's just paste something else there. Let me find my black. That works. We'll use some shimmer shadow. So we'll use some black glitter. And I may actually, I'll do it off camera, but I think I'll get some shimmer pumpkin and I'll paint in the buckle to make it look kind of fancy. But let's pull this transfer has a little spider on it. So we'll just use that a few times. And actually, let's get I'm just going to put this on a scrap piece of backer sheet. And we'll just do a couple of spiders. So I'm just going to use a multi-tool. And hopefully this will cover up that little paint splotch. Somewhat cute. I'm missing her back leg though. I should have done the spider web on her dress in shimmer shadow. That would have looked pretty. Let's see if we can add another one. That's better. Try to do one more. Cute. Okay, put that down, get that dry, and then I think we'll be done. Show you what she looks like. You won't be able to tell. You can just see the glitter a little bit, but there's 3 little spiders right there. Cute. Adorgeous, if I do say so myself. No, I think I'll put the spider in the bow, or maybe dangling down from the bow. I just have to see. But let's do a little bit of housekeeping if I can find my mouse. And then I also need to do the giveaways from last Monday's Post-a-Palooza. I posted on last Monday if you would prefer a chef or a maid, and I had over 1,000 people comment. It went nuts. So just want to remind you that we have this month's Club Couture transfer, which I have not even used yet, but I hope to use it on Monday. It is Mighty Oaks from Tiny Acorns Grow. So you get this exclusive B-size 8.5 by 11 transfer, and it comes with 3 paste singles, Current Jam, Dune, and I think it's Storm. I can't remember, and I can't read from here. But it is $21.99 plus tax. It is, mailed directly to your mailbox every month. There is a 3-month minimum commitment to join, but you can cancel at any time after your 3 months. But the only way to get this particular transfer is to either be a designer or a club member. So it pays to join the club. Speaking of club, if you are a Club Couture member or you join this month, you are able to purchase any of the Halloween transfers and any of the Halloween chalk-made kits at an additional 20% off retail price through October or as supplies last. All you need to be is logged into your Club Couture account. The other promotion this month is any designer that joins my team in the month of October, any new designer that submits $100 personal volume after you have joined, then you automatically get $50 in $50 dollars to spend on anything from the catalog that you would like. And that breaks down to about an $83 promotional value. Again, it only costs $9.99 to purchase the designer access pass, which gets you to all of the designer perks. And then if you submit $100 in personal volume, then you do turn around and get $50 designer dollars to use on anything. So that's a great little bundle. Okay, so let's screen share. And then let's go to so let's do our gift away from Monday. You don't need to be present to win. Hopefully it will let me draw 3 names tonight, because I think out of 1,000 comments, I should draw at least 3 people. If I can't get a hold of those 3 people, then I may draw again. So let's share this. Let me make sure you guys can see it. Okay, so, oops. I think I just need to, oh, I can't see that. Start. So I'll let you see up here. It says I have over 1,000 comments, unique comments. So let's hit start. Betty Stickler is the first winner. I hope it lets me do more than one. So let's see if we can draw again. I hope we can. Let's pick another winner. Lynn Nelson DuPont. And she said chef. It was really interesting to see everybody's comments. So let's pick another winner. Barbara Jean Sugar. I'm going to draw 5. Just in case these 3 don't work out. Hyla Mendello. And I hope I don't have to ship to Patagonia for these, but if I do, I do. Let's pick one more. Sheila Bewick. I was just anticipating getting like 10 people to comment, not over 1,000 people. My phone's been blowing up for a week, but that's exactly what I wanted. Okay, so let's stop that. Oops. Okay, doke. Let's go back to my any more comments. Nope. I hope to be live again tomorrow with another project because I've kind of shorted you guys the last couple of weeks. It's just been a crazy fall for some reason. I don't know why. So look for a live notification tomorrow, and then I should be live Monday, Wednesday, Friday of next week. I am out of town next weekend, but I should be able to go definitely Monday, definitely Wednesday. Friday may be a little iffy. Jason says I went viral. I don't know if that's technically viral, but for my post, that's viral. So I hope to see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you hang out with me on the replay, thanks for watching the replay. I genuinely appreciate all of your support and all of your kind words. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your evening and have a great weekend. Thanks for watching.